I've told this story a couple times on here before, but I was amazed when I saw you in the studio with Melly at one point because he went in the booth, did like a long ass freestyle, basically, just raps for 10 minutes.
Drunk as hell.
Crazy as fuck, just going for it.
Because you too, you brought them bottles in there.
I had a few drinks that night.
You brought, what, 3 bottles?
3? Shit, doesn't sound like me. I'm not normally that generous, but that'd be pretty cool. Maybe.
I think we had like 3 bottles in there that night.
It might have been Desto Dub. He might have brought it in.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he wasn't in there.
No,
I was on FaceTime with him. That's why I feel like he was there.
I ain't gonna lie, we had a lot of bottles. But which was, go ahead.
But then like, so you basically go over to the engineer once Melly's done freestyling, and you had been like locked in, paying attention while he's recording. So you already knew kind of like how this was going to look in your head. And so then you kind of said, all right, cut this part out and then like move this part here. And you sort of like basically took control of forming his crazy freestyle into something coherent.
And what, you know what's so crazy, Adam? That same record just came out on my project. That just came out, the No Love. And I put Tootsie on there.
Wow.
I put Tootsie on the first verse and put my artist FCG Heem on the second verse. And
who was in here a couple months ago.
Yep, and I put another artist, DK Author, who be with Jay Prince and them on there as well.
Right.
So that just came out. But nah, like how that came from is like, right, when I first met Melly, just learning him for like being in the studio with him, moving him around, he's extremely talented. But at that time, he just came home, he's young, he's getting money. He's drinking, living life. So sometimes he get in the studio and he just rams on and go crazy. So me just being like, bro, we're not gonna waste today. I know that song could be better. Like he like, man, do what you do, track. You heard what he said, bro. Go ahead. I'm about to go vibe, hang now. Go hang with the little chick he was with. So it was just from doing that. So I kind of was just like, you know what? Let me use this formula since we're already here. And he's already wasted. He did 3 songs previously without me.
Right.
So that was like the last song, and it ended up being No Love too.
It's just a really, like if you're an artist and you're recording, you also have to be thinking in the back of your head, like, is what I just did good?
Yeah.
Is this good or is this bad? Like you have to be judging yourself. If you have somebody you can trust, so you know that if you say something that doesn't sound good, that it's going to not make it onto it. And if you say something that sounds really good, it's going to make it. That's just like basically allows the artist to feel totally free and they can just rap, say whatever the fuck they want. And the good shit will make it to the end product.
And bro, no lie, like Melly didn't even need that sometimes because he just went, he would do takes like that, but sometimes just some adjustments make songs like that record a little bit more special. So
right. Yeah,
and he trusted me to do that, and I appreciate him for that.
Definitely. How do you feel, because his trial is upcoming, right? Like wasn't it supposed
March
to be
7th.
very recently and then it got pushed back again?
It was upcoming March 7th. I think they pushed it back just a week just to get everything like you know.
March 7th. So for the record, that's 6 days from now.
It technically was 6 days from now, but they pushed it back like another week.
Another week. Okay. So in about 2 weeks, we'll get to see the trial start unless something else comes up?
Hopefully nothing else come up. I don't think it is. So it should be ready.
So you're feeling very, very confident about this?
I was always confident about it. You know that.
Yeah.
Because it's just, we just used to it. We know like how the system is. We know like certain things you could do and you can't do. Like, and they just trying to do their best they could do. But it's, you know what I'm saying? Melly's innocent, so.
Right. Because it's kind of crazy we see this thing happen nowadays where you have a case and then before it even goes to trial, you see the battle in the court of public opinion taking place on social media. We've seen that with the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing, where it's like each side is just pushing narratives. And it's interesting with Melly because the cops have very much like been doing their thing, like putting their shit out to the news, et cetera, and like really doing everything they can to sort of show what they have in terms of evidence or whatever. And then meanwhile, we haven't really heard anything from Melly or his team, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like they really took that approach because one, they are trying to criminalize him. So anything they feel like they could put out there that could just make something shake, maybe turn somebody out or maybe bring new information, they just gonna just do that as a defensive, his defense team. Right. It's not their job to clear like everything they put out on social media. It's not a verbatim battle like, oh, repeat, like respond. It's not that type of thing. Their job is to make sure he comes home. And that's what they're gonna do. Do their job.
Definitely. So, but because even B-Slam posted a fucking photo of who was it, Bortland, like up in court. Like I don't even know what he was doing, but like that was one of the few little glimpses that we've seen. We've seen a few little snapshots of Melly on the jail phone and everything like that too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
they got really tight on him though after his birthday because remember he had like that whole with the shoes things. He had posted on Instagram. They took away some of his like privileges with the phone and the things. You know,
He had posted some shoes.
he had like his Gucci shoes for his birthday on his ears while we was on the phone. You know, at the end of the day, I just feel like he gets so much love and so much like support from the outside, and he is a full celebrity in a regular jail. So
Right.
they're gonna always find ways to try to like take away from him just to kind of make him feel regular, I guess.
From your perspective, though, how would you describe his mental health or his outlook on everything?
He's always like he always been. He's happy. He's, you know what I'm saying, ready. He's like focused. He's just been really taking that time to work on his craft. He did those 3 years. He treated it like boot camp. He wrote over 100 songs, perfected his melodies, got his instruments, like his image, like style, like everything that you would want to be ready for when you come out as a megastar. That's what he was doing. So now he's ready to come home. Like all that stuff is done. It's downloaded. He's ready to jump out and be with everybody and continue making history.
Wow.
For sure.
Crazy. Do you think, I don't know, because when you were in here last time, he was on the call with Drew.
Right.
And we spoke, and I was kind of taken aback of like, wow, he sounds normal as fuck. Like he sounds like he never went away. Like he sounds like he's just out on the outside.
Yeah, for sure. That's how he is. He's that type of person though. He's that type of energy. So you could cage him, but he's still free. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's one thing I noticed with a lot of rappers is that they could be going through shit like having a case hanging over their head. They could be, you know, like locked up, etc. A lot of rappers, like I noticed this with Bobby Shmurda recently. It's like he wasn't able to be negative about it. Like he said that even when he was locked up, he stayed positive the whole time. He just had that good energy. And when you think about it, to make it out of the fucking trenches, to make it out of a situation where you're not supposed to make it out, you kind of need to have that ridiculously optimistic, positive attitude, because otherwise you would end up like everybody else.
Right. And it's drainful. Like, you know, since, you know, I just dropped the project Mercury, and one of the singles on there is with Melly called Slums.
Right.
And, you know, just in that whole song, even him being on the phone, you could hear how, like, he's still into this world. Like, he's calling to check up on you. Like, he's he's still recording hooks, you know what I'm saying? Still coming with music. You're not going to break YNW Melly, because at the end of the day, he's him, you know what I'm saying? He's that type of energy. He's going to be good.
Definitely.
Mentally. And it's hard. It will be hard for a lot of people, like all the success, all the money in the world, and you feel caged. But I never seen that on him. If anything, it made him work even harder in jail and take care of everybody. That's why I was on that record. I'm like, Melly, you're a hero. Like, you take care of everybody for 3 years behind the cell, like with your income, you know, the right way. So he's blessed. So he never felt the type to feel like down.
And you feel like do you feel like you kind of like owe him massively, because, you know, obviously your career really got rolling with him at a certain point? Like when you think about your relationship with him, do you thank him for where you're at right now?
Honest truth, like the same way I feel about him, he feel about me. Right. The only difference is you would think that I really, like, I came in and Melly career, like because of Melly, I became a massive like brand, and I did. But before Melly could get me to a massive brand, he had to use my brand regionally to get to where he at now, because I was kind of lit before Melly, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as just being around Kodak the whole time already, people already knowing the Sniper Gang brand. I was kind of like super in with Sniper Gang.
And you had business smarts.
Yeah, so
which is, I'm assuming he didn't at that age.
So like World Star,
new,
like for example, before YNW Melly, like he, you know, to get on World Star, I had to get him on World Star off my face. I had to like put him in like Lil B before he could get the Thug and all the big features. He had to get a Lil B off my face. He had to go do a couple things, studio, you know, a little money. Like
Melly has a song with Lil B?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, he do.
How the fuck am I in the dark about that?
Off his Collect Call EP. Y'all check that out. Collect Call EP. And that's his project. That's our project together.
I was wondering for a second. I'm like, are we talking about the same Lil B?
Yes, Lil B, bass guy.
I was thinking there might be like a
San
Lil B in
Francisco.
Florida.
No, that's my boy. Hey, shout out to Lil B, man. I'm gonna give you flowers. He was one of the first, you know, people to kind of just like embrace.
That's legendary.
You know? Yeah. So like to answer your question, like for real, like I owe everything to Melly, and you know what I'm saying, my team, for everything, because without him becoming a massive artist, and he didn't even get a chance to do it the right way because he's been locked up for 3 years. And imagine how hard we as a brand had to go hard to work to even match his energy for 3 years for him to come home to where we like eye to eye on some like.
Because he wasn't even famous for like a year.
No, it wasn't that.
Less than a year, right?
It was like 6 months.
Jeez.
After he got, because we did a year of grinding. That's just the like regional stage. When the year he got starting to get known, remember he got picked up right when he dropped Mixed Personalities. He didn't even get a chance to see the video.
Okay, guys, we want to thank you so much for getting us to 100,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. If you want to support, please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200K. Thank you so much.